Hi everyone. This is the final result, how it turned out. I followed Alexandra Anele. She's beautiful. I am not as beautiful, but I did follow her tutorial and I think it turned out nice. There's really no filter on here. I mean, I looked for the filter with the least amount of that didn't touch my face. So this was the one. It didn't touch my face. It just put, what did it put? Flowers or something. Anyway, this is the final result, minus the old lady hair. Alexandra Anele, you guys, she's awesome. Like, share, subscribe. Bye, you guys.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about my hair. Yeah, it's actually, it's kind of a funny story. I was trying to get the perfect curl in my hair forever. I wanted straight hair forever, super, super straight. And so I straightened it for years and years and years, and it wasn't straight. And then I wanted it curly. So I've been trying for years to figure out how to achieve that curl that I want, that I can picture in my head. I was talking to my friend one day and I was like, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I don't get it. And she was like, well, have you tried rollers? Which I thought was funny. I was like, no, I haven't tried rollers. Why on earth would I try rollers? I don't want that style. I don't want to look kind of like an old lady, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I ended up trying rollers, and I have not by any means got it down pat yet. Sorry, I'm tired. But sometimes it does give me the curls that I want. Sometimes it's been through trial and error and everything else, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I wanted to film today because I'm going to be filming my second video in the Alexandra Anele series. I hope I'm saying that right. Alexandra Anele, if you ever see this, first of all, I'm super, super flattered that you would watch. And second of all, I hope I said your name right. I'm bad with names. So anyway, I've already done my skincare. I washed my face. I put on some serum. I put on some moisturizer. I put on some pore minimizer because I've got well, I don't know if you can really tell here on film, maybe that. Yeah, there. See, I've got quite the pore situation going on. So yeah, that minimizer is great. Cold water, good too. Yeah, I hate those. Anyway, so yeah, so this is gonna be the second video. I actually haven't watched. I know what tutorial of hers I'm gonna follow, but I haven't watched it yet. So I have no clue how this will turn out. I think it's primarily based on the eyes. So as far as the skin goes, I'll be just doing pretty natural, I think, today. Kind of boy beatish. You know, not a whole lot of coverage. I like more natural. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love full glam. Love it. I love makeup in general. It's so much fun. But yeah, I've really been liking them more natural lately, which is weird for me. And super exciting, because I've always been so insecure about my appearance or whatever. But anyway, so I have a charge going on over here, where you can't see it, and I need that to get done so I can put that video on. So I figure we can just chat for a minute while I just do my, you know, just my foundation and my like highlighter and bronzer or whatever. So, let's see. Hold on 1 second. So, I have been doing, oh, there you go. That's something. That, anyway, I swear, I, when you become a parent, you lose all privacy. Like, seriously. Like, seriously, my oldest, well, I mean, my oldest is 15 and he's a boy, so he doesn't come into the bathroom anymore when I'm using it. But, yeah, constant knocks on the door. It's constant, you know, in and out. It's constant. But anyway, yeah, so I am pretty sure my house is haunted. Like, and I've definitely lived in a haunted house before. Like, for real. If you ever want to hear about that, that was. But and I know some people don't believe in this kind of stuff. Like, I get it. Okay, I'm not saying I'm right, you're wrong. I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is there is something in this house, undoubtedly, and it's a trickster. It likes to like. It's a trickster. So, as sad as it may be, it reminds me of maybe like a child spirit. Because whoever it is, I think it's really funny to move my stuff around like every single day. It doesn't matter what I'm looking for, it's gone. Like, seriously, and especially with my makeup. Like, everything I'm looking for is gone every day. And I keep my stuff all in the same place every day. And I find it in different spots every day. Now, it doesn't scare me or anything, but it's definitely very irritating. Like, it's super irritating. It's very frustrating. Sometimes I'm like, am I going crazy? Like, am I like losing my mind? Anyway, sorry. Just thought it'd be like a chit chat right now. All I'm doing is that last thing you saw was just a cream highlighter, and this is pretty much all. This is stick highlighter. Here lately I've been preferring, well, like, I've been doing more of a boy beat type thing, like a real natural type thing, and I've been actually putting my cream highlighters and bronzers on before my foundation. And actually, I'm not using foundation. I'm using like a CC cream or BB cream. So it's basically just like a tint. And then those highlighters and bronzers will kind of shine through the tint. And then it's like a natural glow for more than, I feel, rather than like highlighter. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead, I think, and finish my face off camera, because that really probably won't be any fun to watch. I mean, I did my highlight. I'm just gonna throw on some BB cream, and then I'll be back. You know, another reason I want to do these videos is because, hold on, I forgot my, my bronzer. I forgot. Look. Another reason I wanted to do this is because, I know how discouraging, like, I watched countless hours. I've followed so many influencers and, you know, different YouTubers, and, you know, so sometimes it can just seem like a little overwhelming, because they're so, like, freakishly gorgeous. Like, they're gorgeous, you know? And it's like, I mean, I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna quite, like, I don't know, it's really easy to watch some of the women on YouTube and, you know, try to follow what they're doing or whatever, and to feel worse about yourself when you're done, you know, because they're so, you know, gorgeous. And, you know, I'm like, I'm not that person. But that's a reason I would like to make some of these videos, is for people that feel more like, you know, me. Like, you know, we don't feel like we're ugly or anything like that, but we definitely know that there's a lot of improvement that could happen. We definitely know that we're not model material or whatever, you know. But makeup makes me feel good about myself, makes me feel better. And so yeah, and since my channel is primarily, it's like literally based on like reality, like not trying not to be fake and what's really happening in the world and what's really going on. Just thought these videos might interest somebody. Maybe feel the same way I do, you know. So anyway, right now, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but right now I have on very, very, very light not foundation, sorry, BB cream. I've got on cream highlighters on the highest points of my face. I don't put it on my chin because it just, or my nose really, but, and I've got liquid bronzer on too. So that's what we got going on. It's about, I don't think I'm gonna set, maybe just right under my eyes, a little brightening or something, but I'll do that at the end. So, all right, let me see if this is charged up and I will be right back. One other thing that I was going to do real quick before we start was, so my brows. So when I was a child, when I was about, I don't know, like 12 or 11, I think, I got hit in the face really, really hard. It was an accident. But I don't know if you can see, but I had 92 stitches right here. Basically my brow bone literally came through my face. So I don't have hair that grows a lot here at all. Sparse is an understatement. And then of course this one has to be kept small or I would look like weird. So yeah, so I've really been venturing into trying to figure out how to do those. Yeah, but anyway, so I've been doing that soap trick thing, kind of. Can't find my spoolie right now, but like people, I don't know if you'll be able to see me here, but like people have been, you see me? People have been like putting soap in their brows, which when I first heard about this, I was like, what? You know, people are putting soap in their brows and laying in their brow, like brushing them up like that, like brushing them up. And sorry, I'm not using the proper tool, so I'm struggling here. Yeah, push them up, and then, you know, I forget what it's called. What is it called? Soap brows, I guess. But it's the only thing that I myself have found that does help my brows look a little more full when I'm you know, doing them. I do, because you know, you pretty much coat them with the soap and then you stick them like this, and see how that, it's like that hair right there, see that? And I know that this is not for everybody, and I don't do this all the time either, you know, but depending on what I'm doing, you know, I mean, I'll go out, you know, with nothing on my eyebrows, doesn't matter, but not if I'm going to any kind of function or anything like that. I will always have eyebrows on my face. So yeah,
So I'll let that set for a minute. And then I'm basically just gonna, you know, take a light color, trace out the shape that I want, and then just fill in the sparse areas. So let's see here. I don't like using liners for this, and I know a lot of people do. I don't, just because it looks really harsh on me. Like, it just does. I have a tendency to use brow powder and a brush. So let me, this brush will work. And then let me find, I have a hard time finding like a proper color, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, sorry, I just got a message across my phone. I got distracted. So this might be quiet for a minute, sorry. Like, I seriously can't really talk and do my eyebrows. Like, I hold my breath. Like, maybe I should just stop recording for this part. Here, so you don't get bored. Super bored. Okay, so anyway, now I've got some brows on, and they aren't complete, obviously. They look dark, I think. A little too dark for me. But I do think eyebrows make like this huge difference on your face. You can literally change the way you do your eyebrows and it'll change everything. I'm really new into the eyebrow thing, so I'm trying to learn it. I'll lighten these up before we're done. But yeah. Okay, so I think we're about ready for the lady that knows what she's doing. Hold on. Okay, here we go. And then one more thing before we start. All the way up until very, very, very recently, I've always used powder blushes. Sorry. Distracted message. I think, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Blush. Okay, so here lately I've really been liking cream blushes, like a lot more. And what I like to do is I like to put like on my fingers, like not just put it right on my skin, excuse me. Put it on my fingers and warm it up. And then I decide where I want the most pigment, and I start there. Like, I want it back here, come forward. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm just gonna tap it. Just gonna tap it up and back and around. And sometimes I like bringing it over my nose a little bit, like a little sunburn or something. But yeah. And then after I get it on there, like where I want it, then I will go through with my dun-da-da beauty blender and just make sure it's all blended and pressed in. I just, if you've never tried cream blush, you really should. It's like a whole different world. And then if you have tried cream blush, but you've never applied it with your fingers, a tapping motion with your fingers, you should definitely try it. Like it looks way more natural. It looks really good. I love it. I think it looks great. Okay, enough talking from me. Okay, so today the video that got my attention is that one right there. She's gorgeous. I know I don't look like her, but the eye look you guys keep bugging me for, and I mean, her eyes do look gorgeous. Look at it. Sorry about the focus. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're trying to do. Let's see how it works out.
In my last couple of videos, I don't know exactly when I'm uploading this one, but it was this guy right here. If you can see that, just a quick serve. So it was from my Lisa Eldridge, like how to wear red lips video. And basically everyone commented and was like, what about the eyes though? And it was super easy, so we're gonna do that today. I already primed. I have been using the Urban Decay
Priming done.
Original eyeshadow priming potion, so that's what I have on my eyes right now, and I've really been liking it. Alright, for my eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using, I've got lipstick all over it, but I'm going to be using the Stone Cold Fox palette from ColourPop,
So it looks
which,
like...
first of all, I love the palette. It's matte, and it's got like this pebbled, almost, I guess it's mostly pebbled, it's almost like snakeskin, but it's just like a bunch of more cool toned nudes, you know, shimmers and everything.
Like
but what I like
mauves.
about this palette is
Mauves,
that they're not like
purples-ish.
too gray. So it's a very friendly, neutral palette. It's a little bit more cool tone. There's some like more mauvey shades, but there's enough like warmth. There's a lot of diversity in this palette, and I highly recommend it. Like, I love it so much. Okay, so basically for this look, I was trying to kind of like emulate what people like Patrick Ta do on their models. Patrick Ta, Mario, the other guy, Ariel, all of those makeup artists. I was trying to emulate like how they do eyeshadow makeup. And typically it has a lot to do with like really contouring the eye socket. So that's what we're gonna do. The key to this, I think, is using smaller brushes. So I have been talking a lot recently about brushes and brush sizes. But to get a really, really good contour, you want to use something that's going to be a little bit smaller, so it's not going to go all over the place. I'm trying to remember exactly like how I did this, because I was kind of just like experimenting. So I'm going to start off with the MAC 217 brush. Anything will do, anything from Morphe, whatever. I'm going to start off by mixing these two shades.
Ooh, hold on.
Because too gray. So it's a very friendly, neutral palette. It's a little bit more cool tone. There's some like more mauvey shades, but there's enough like warmth. There's a lot of diversity in this palette, and I highly recommend it. Like, I love it so much. Okay, so basically for this look, I was trying to kind of like emulate what people like Patrick Ta do on their models. Patrick Ta, Mario, the other guy, Ariel, all of those makeup artists. I was trying to emulate like how they do eyeshadow makeup. And typically it has a lot to do with like really contouring
so I'm just
the
kind of
the eye socket. So that's what we're gonna do.
Oh,
the key to this, I think, is using smaller brushes.
That I was
so I have been talking a lot recently about brushes and brush sizes. But to get a really, really good contour, you want to use something that's going to be a little bit smaller, so it's not going to go all over the place. I'm trying to remember exactly like how I did this, because I was kind of just like experimenting. So I'm going to start off with the MAC 217 brush. Anything will do, anything from Morphe, whatever. I'm going to start off by mixing these two shades, because this one is a little bit too light. I'm pretty sure those are like the only colors that I used. So I'm going to start off by mixing those just by like tapping back and forth, focusing on like the tip of the brush. And then what I'm going to do is, looking down into a mirror, I'm going to focus the pigment, like basically just following my eye socket. And I'm going to build it up really, really lightly. But the way I'm going to be doing this differently than I usually do my eyeshadow is I'm kind of like following my eye socket all the way around. So I'm actually going to be bringing it in here as well. So I'm really contouring, like following the contour of my eye socket. So bringing it in here, but I don't want to take it in like here too much. I'm not trying to make this like super duper dramatic or high glam or anything like that. I'm really just creating more of a shadow. And then I'm going to kind of like bring it down like that at the end. I kind of like did a little bit of blending out, but I didn't do that like cat eye sort of sweep that I usually do. And I'm just going to start off by like slowly building up the pigment in that area. And I'm holding my brush like this because it gives me a little bit more like precision. So I'm using a light hand because sometimes if you hold your brush like that, it can create like a harsher line up here. You can also use your brush like this, not that you can really see that, but point it downward, which is going to create a little bit more of a harsh line going whichever way the tip is pointing, basically. But I just find that to be like a little bit more difficult for me. So light hand, to the inner corner. Once I have that, I'm going to turn my brush so that it's sideways, and I'm just going to sort of blend. Deepen this area up a little more. I keep leaning like that. It's really important that you look down into a mirror because it's going to help you maintain that precision. You want to keep all of that skin like as flat as you possibly can. Otherwise you can get skipping. If you feel like you're having a hard time blending, make sure you're looking down into a mirror. Alright, now I'm going to pick up a slightly smaller brush. I believe I used, when I did this, I'm pretty sure I used this Wayne Goss number 19 brush, but a great dupe for that.
Oh, she just said Wayne Goss. I love Wayne Goss. He is fantastic. Like, he's a makeup artist. He just like breaks things down so simply. Just, you know, for the most part, his videos are pretty short. He just breaks it down, you know, so simply. So I really like him a lot too. I will definitely be doing a series on him as well. I think all my series are going to be like Jaclyn Hill, Carly Bible, Alexandra Anele, I think Chloe Morello, Snitchery. Anyway, I can't think of any more names right now, but I have quite the list. Candy Johnson. Yeah, so anyway, okay. Excuse me. No, I don't have corona. But thank you for asking. Or not asking. Anyway, okay.
That is, I mean, they're not exactly the same, but is the other guy, Ariel, all of those makeup artists. I was trying to emulate like how they do eyeshadow makeup. And typically it has a lot to do with like really contouring the eye socket. So that's what we're gonna do. The key to this, I think, is using smaller brushes. So I have been talking a lot recently about brushes and brush sizes, but to get a really, really good contour, you want to use something that's going to be a little bit smaller, so it's not going to go all over the place. I'm trying to remember exactly like how I did this because I was kind of just like experimenting. So I'm going to start off with the MAC 217 brush. Anything will do, anything from Morphe, whatever. I'm going to start off by mixing these two shades because this one is a little bit too light. I'm pretty sure those are like the only colors that I
and I basically just
so I'm going to start off by mixing those just by like tapping like back and forth, focusing on like the tip of the brush. And then what I'm going to do is looking down into a mirror, I'm going to focus the pigment, like basically just following my eye socket. And I'm going to build it up really, really lightly. But the way I'm going to be doing this differently than I usually do my eyeshadow is I'm kind of like following my eye socket all the way around. So I'm actually going to be bringing it in here as well. So I'm really contouring, like following the contour of my eye socket. So bringing it in here, but I don't want to take it in like here too much. I'm not trying to make this like super duper dramatic or high glam or anything like that. I'm really just creating more of a shadow. And then I'm going to kind of like bring it down like that at the end. I kind of like did a little bit of blending out, but I didn't do that like cat eye sort of sweep that I usually do. And I'm just going to start off by like slowly building up the pigment in that area. And I'm holding my brush like this because it gives me a little bit more like precision. So I'm using a light hand because sometimes if you hold your brush like that, it can create like a harsher line up here. You can also use your brush like this. Not that you can really see that, but point it downward, which is gonna create a little bit more of a harsh line going whichever way the tip is pointing, basically. But I just find that to be like a little bit more difficult for me. So light hand.
Anyway, sorry, I take so many pictures
and video, like so many, that my camera just fills up like all the time, like every day. I have an actual camera, like a good and expensive one that I probably am going to end up using for these videos and stuff, because my phone it can't keep up with my lifestyle of the pictures and videos, and it just can't. It's just not, it just can't do it. Like, it's crazy. And then I can't ever just go through and delete everything, because I'm like, oh no, there must be important, must be stuff in there I really love or whatever, it wouldn't be there. So, I'm like a picture storage porter, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can get through this time. Okay, let's do it. Okay, here we go.
First, this is a little complicated because I first went in with Luxe, which is this like matte cream shade right here, but it ended up being like way too light, and I ended up going in, I think, over top with this guy right here,
So
the one
like
that we mixed this brown with.
Like a real light
Quiet, please.
champagne.
So the brush that I use.
Oh, attractive. See. What? Oh. Anyway. We're not even on that part, so I don't know. I think she's talking
I'm
about.
just gonna do it exactly the way that I
champagne
did it
color.
that time.
I guess we'll do the.
And I basically just like popped this all over the lid,
put like white on
all the
it,
way to the inner corner. So I started a little bit lower and then kind of brought it up and met that crease just above where my like skin folds naturally. This isn't a cut crease though, clearly. So it's just a little bit softer. Okay, and so I wasn't wild about that. So what I ended up doing was taking just my original brush and going in with that like taupey shade, which is Trip, the lightest one. Loaded up my brush, and then I basically just kind of blended all over it. So I went over the cream into the contour, just kind of blended it all together.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look and see what color she's doing for that.
Which you can see, it just kind of like softened everything and toned down that cream. It made it a little bit more into the contour, just kind of blended it all together. Which you can see,
I'm gonna get my
like
vanity. I'm in like the process of moving this, that, and whatever, and my shop and my storage units and just everything. But I'm gonna have my vanity and stuff set up, and then I'll have my filming area, so I won't be like.
Okay, so then for the lower lash line, I basically did what I did in the crease. Like mix those two colors together and just blended that out. And for that, I'm going to use this E26 from ColourPop, basically covering my eye bag. I just basically want to shade this area because it pops out and I don't like the way that looks, so I like to push it back in space. That's really the only reason that I do that. So it's basically the same concept
so she's
as
doing the under eye bag.
applying the shade in my crease. I'm just pushing this back in space, so doing some eye contouring.
Low,
that's really it. Okay, for my waterline, I did like kind of a half thing. So I did a nude on the outer portion of my eye, and then I did like a darker shade on the inner portion. So
we'll stop for a second because I don't want her to get too far ahead of this. Yeah, because for some looks you want the shadow very tight to your lash line. Depending on what look you're going for. But I like the blown out under eye bags a lot. I know that Alexandra Anele likes it a lot because she's got, eye bag situation. I have a weird situation. Like, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but like, it's not like I have like dark circles or anything. It's just like kind of hollow there, and I guess it's because I'm so thin. Like, I am like super thin. I don't know. You probably can't tell on camera, but I'm pretty tiny. So maybe it's just that. Maybe I just need to add like some weight to my face, maybe some filler or something, which I can't afford. But yeah, but if anyone else has that problem, like under eye circles, kinda, that you can't cover because they're not colored. So if anybody has that problem and has found a solution,
So I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Eye Bright Pencil, which is kind of like a pale pink. And I'm going to be doing this on the outer part of my waterline. So I'm going to take it like, I don't know, halfway in or so. But really focusing it out here. And I'm even going to bring it like just there, like outer. I don't even know what to say. Just like out of that waterline a little bit, I guess. Extending your nude liner to like the outer corner is a very Sophia Loren makeup trick. And then for the inner corner, or for the inner waterline, you don't have to put anything there because this is going to end up doing the same thing, but like because this is lighter, this already looks darker. But I'm going to go in with Il Makiage Longwear Eye Pencil in Sylvester. I can't remember if this is the shade that I used, but it's the one that I would, I think. Anyway, just going to place this in the very inner corner and then like there. And just kind of like fade it off. Does it look kind of crazy right now? So now what I'm going to do is go in with, okay, I need to turn off my sound because that is so annoying.
Got the same problem, girl.
I'm going to go in with the liner. I was going to say liner and powder all together. It's a powder, but we're applying it like it's a liner. So I'm going to use Drama Mama, which is the dark brown. This one.
Hold
the
on.
palette.
I gotta go back a little
And
bit.
I'm going to be applying that with my inner corner, or for the inner waterline. You don't have to put anything there because this is going to end up doing the same thing, but like...
Sorry, I just needed to go back a little bit because I like missed what she was saying about the inner corner because I was working on the outer corners. Hold on a second. All right. All right. Please tell the difference at all. And okay. Anyway.
Because this is lighter, this already looks darker, but I'm going to go in with Il Makiage Longwear Eye Pencil in Sylvester. I can't remember if this is the shade that I used, but it's the one that I would, I think. Anyway, just going to place this in the very inner corner and then like there.
So just
kind of like just fade it off.
So like this, I guess. Let's see here.
Does it look kind of crazy right now? So now what I'm going to do is go in with, okay, I need to turn off my sound because that is so annoying. I'm going to go in with the liner. I was going to say liner and powder all together. It's a powder, but we're applying it like it's...
Okay. I seriously cannot wait until I have my area set up. I'm setting up an area at my shop. I have a store and in town, and I'm gonna end up setting up an area there because it's a big space, plenty big enough. I already have like a filming area there because of my eBay. So yeah, so this won't like be a disaster all of the time. And hopefully I'll get some of you guys that watches it grow, like how I, started off awful and hopefully grow into something better. So, anywho, let's see. Okay.
It's a liner. So I'm going to use Drama Mama, which is the dark brown, this one, the palette. And I'm going to be applying that with my KVD Beauty number 70 brush, which is the thinnest, most precise angled brush there is. So first I'm going to do the lower lash line. So I'm going to take the tip of the brush, the side of the tip, and just kind of like dip it in a little bit, and then under, like I'm not gonna go up, I'm gonna go under. So I'm going to extend my lash line, my lower inner corner, just like that much. And then I'm going to connect that on the bottom part. So we're kind of like connecting it to where we put the dark water liner. And if you are like me and your eyes are a little more deep set or a little more close set, I got both going on, you don't want to make this like, you don't want to bring this in like super duper far because it's just going to bring your eyes a little closer together. So all I'm really doing is I have very sort of round tear duct, I guess. So all I'm doing is just sexy parroting that little spot right there. If you follow me on TikTok, then you know what I'm talking about. And then for the upper part, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use that brush and I'm going to focus that liner on, or the powder on the tip, like the very end. Then the end of my eye. And I'm just going to lightly sketch out a wing. And I love doing this with powder because it just allows for more mistakes. Like you can kind of just like, it's like going in with pencil first. You're just kind of sketching it out. It's a lot easier to erase any mistakes. So then, now that I have that line, I'm going to start to kind of like build it up a little bit. So I want it to stay nice and thin on the end, just kind of connecting it with like the outer end of my eye. So just kind of like that. I honestly just want it to look like kind of an extension of an eyelash. I always fuck up this side, just like never fails. I definitely don't think I did it this intense when I did it the other day. This is a little more fox eye than I had intended. Okay, so I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner, and I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Clio highlighter. You know, just a little shimmer up here. And then for my inner corner highlight, what I'm going to do is basically just highlight like right above the extended inner corner, so just right here. Alright guys, I'm gonna apply a few coats of mascara, which like you can just do that if you want. And then I'm gonna go in with the House of Lashes Patrick Ta collab. It's called It's a Look. New favorite lashes, like look at these. And you'll see them on me in like 2 seconds.
I just ran out of falsies, so
that's the eye look. It's very pretty, it's super simple.
So,
it's obviously neutrals, so you can wear it with any lip look. Like when I first did it, I was wearing the red lip. I actually wore this on my birthday, and I wore it with like just a nude lip, and then, you know, just a simple gloss. Anything is really, really pretty. Super simple. All mattes, you know? Really easy. Love it. Contouring. All that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed. Rambling. See you next time. Hopefully.
Bye. Okay, so sorry about this lighting, makes me look like a monster. Okay, so I'm going to finish up everything we just heard, and then I'll show you the final result.